Then a hip hop album review. Pop Smoke, Faith. I'm not gonna give y'all a bio this time. This is the second time we do Pop Smoke, so go over there if y'all want to see the bio. First off, I want to say just RIP to a young up and coming hip hop star. You know what I'm saying? I think this is the one that, this project particularly is the one that makes me feel that he would have become that. Even though he had big hits in the past, obviously. But, you know, sometimes you just need a little bit of a body of work to really be like, to go behind it. And after listening to this, I was like, God damn. Like, he's just so vibey. Even on this one, I hear more of like how people compare him to 50 and stuff like that. A little bit of the tone, a little bit of the beat selection, obviously different era, different time, but man, like,
and different rhyme scheme,
you know what I'm saying? Different, but it just seems like that's like a 50 Cent baby. You know what I'm saying? How we always talk about descendants of greats and stuff like that. And he kind of sounds like, but man, like listening to this, and I think that he would have got these features, you know what I'm saying, eventually. But do y'all feel like some of these features are on here just because this is how you say it, humus?
Posthumous.
Posthumous.
Well, some people say posthumous. I've always said posthumous. I don't know which one's correct.
Okay, because like 2 Pusha features, like that caught me off guard a little bit.
I think people really mess with Pop Smoke, to be honest, because I heard him outside of here, like on some other people's stuff, like kind of featured and stuff.
But wasn't he the rapper that was always talking about he don't really fuck with other rappers? Like
I was getting ready to ask. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I
He
thought it was
always
interviews.
saying that he does not really.
Yep.
I mean, maybe it was just him talking shit, but I don't think he did a lot of features when he was around.
Yeah.
I don't think.
I remember him saying in an interview, like, I don't really mess with rappers like that.
It felt like he said it on one of these songs too. To your question, Feefo, I just think that they reached out to a lot of these rappers to kind of complete the songs.
You know, on this one, it more so felt than the other one. I can't remember the name. Y'all already know I'm bad with names.
Shooting for the stars, aim for the moon.
Okay, this one sounded more so like it was completed while he was alive, because it didn't sound to me pieced together on the majority of them. It's
not in the beginning. I think towards the end, I started to get that feeling a little bit.
Yeah, because they would say "Rest in Peace, Pop Smoke."
Yeah,
the song.
Yeah.
It's just like y'all, like that just kind of.
But the beginning of it definitely felt like newer material.
Like the one with Kanye and Pusha, that felt like that was done while he was alive. Like, I don't know, it didn't feel pieced together to me, as much as the other one did. But
Myke, you agree. I just saw your face. I'm just curious to see you disagree with it.
Yeah.
So all of this sounded pieced together?
To me, yeah. Half the shit sounded like it was a completely different beat. I don't know how these things work, like who organizes these and who, you know, I'm not a studio guy, so I don't know how they do this, but I don't understand how they let this go like this. I really don't understand. Like, if Pop Smoke was my homie, I would be pissed, because a lot of this sounded like Pop Smoke was just rapping and they just threw his vocals on a beat.
And like the Biggie duets.
Yeah, well, I mean, it felt worse than the Biggie duets.
Really?
Yes, like there were lines on here where I was like, that's not even on beat at all. At all.
Well,
and
he kind of rhymes off beat, doesn't he?
Not like this. After we did the last, I did go back and check out some Pop Smoke's other stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Meet the Woo is hard. Hard.
Yeah.
No, he didn't rap like that. No way. I'm pointing at Ken like,
right.
No, I just really felt like they could have done a much better job by matching his vocals to a beat. Because, I mean, he had to have rapped at some point. Obviously. So what was he rapping to when he rapped? If it wasn't this beat, well, then get us a beat with the same BPM or something. Why are you putting him over like these beats that he clearly was not rapping to?
I feel you that like on a couple of those, and kind of like what Ken's saying towards the back end of the album, but I feel like some of those beats early on was definitely beats that he would have rhymed over.
Well, okay, so I'm not saying that he would not have rhymed over these beats. What I'm saying is he didn't. When you listen to him rapping, it's very clear that he was not rapping to a beat that had this type of beat. It's obvious. Like, he's ending his verse on like a weird mark. It's just, it didn't sound right.
You agree with that, B?
Just like to Ken's point, I noticed that a lot from starting from the track from What's Cracking? No, Coop. From Coop on to the rest of the album, I was just like, yeah, I feel like these rhyming off beat a little bit. Like, I feel like they didn't match the exact BPM for this. So, and like you said, I mean, even on this projects that I like, that Meet the World, he's rhyming kind of off kilter a little bit, but no, this one is different. I feel like I said, I feel like the Biggie duets, man. It's just I feel like they just threw artists on here just to fill everything out and make sure everything go good, but they didn't make sure everything was tracked on the right BPM.
I know it sounds like I'm being negative, but hey, it is what it is. I love Pusha. Both of those features were bad.
We're lazy.
We're bad.
I can't remember the last time I've heard a lazy Pusha. Like where I listened to a Pusha verse and be like, this shit kind of lazy. Like I can't believe Pusha sound this lazy. Like what's up?
He
Like,
didn't even sound like himself. I was like, what the fuck is happening here?
He really did.
What is this? Why would you give over 2 verses to a Pop Smoke album and both of your verses sound like you didn't give a shit?
And
You
then
probably was gonna use them. Go ahead.
yeah, and then like you gonna kind of tease about your album coming out this year off of this lazy ass verse like that.
No, it's bad.
Tyler got
the album for now.
Until my shit come out.
Yeah, no.
I thought he was
my
saying
shit
Pop
coming out.
Smoke's album was better than Tyler's. That's why I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like.
That's what I thought he was inferring.
Yeah.
But regardless, I just don't understand why he
it sounded
did that.
very lazy. It sounded very lazy Push. I was definitely disappointed in the Push. Because when I saw him, okay, yeah, Push verse.
Pusha and Pop Smoke would be
Yeah,
a great
okay.
matchup, but not like that.
Then when I heard this, I was like, ooh.
I have to go back and listen to those verses. I didn't hear
Man,
what y'all heard.
it was
Really?
Yeah, I'm with Ken.
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I'm with Ken. And even like, I don't know, like it doesn't sound as disjointed as the Biggie duets to
See,
me. Like
this-
even going down further, I thought this was done way better than that other one.
This is the reason why I'm never hyped on posthumous
Me either.
albums like this, because of this. Like this is a prime example of why I don't like that. Like once the artist has passed away, unless he was literally physically working on some music, and before, but like when if he's gone for this long and then you got verses here in the chamber that you just want to throw out on a beat and try to do all that. This is why I don't like these type of albums, man. Like I'm just like, y'all just making shit worse in my opinion.
I do think this was better than the first one though.
I like the first one more than the.
I don't even remember the
Really?
Shooting Stars.
If I heard this first, I would not have cared to go back and hear
Interesting.
his
Really?
mixtapes. No.
Yeah, that's so interesting because for me, I really like the features, especially on the first half of it. Like I thought Rick Ross really did his thing.
He sounded good.
Yeah,
He sounded good.
And even
So
and
did
I,
the Dream.
yeah, the Dream sounded good on it too. And I like what Pop Smoke did with it too. Like the harmonizing at the beginning. Yeah, but I feel like Ross did his thing. I like 21. I like 21 on this. I liked Feature on this. And Takeoff. Takeoff was, I was like, I had to make sure it was Takeoff. I was like, nigga, that wasn't Offset or Quavo with that. Like, Takeoff really did his thing on this, man. I don't know, Ken, I'm with you, man. I like this one. I like this one more than the first one.
I think just towards the end, when you get to the Chris Brown joint, the Pharrell joint, the Kid Cudi joint, like those songs, those were bad to me. And I think it really ruined the momentum that it had for me in the beginning, with More Time, Television, Manslaughter, About a Million, Russian, Top Shot.
not leave Russian off. That was the hardest joint. This whole
Russian,
fucking shit.
Top Shot. Yeah, like those were really good. Gave me a good feeling because I was on my way up here for the Odd Friday joint, and I put this on and was playing. Had the windows down. And those first couple of joints, I was like, damn,
they
this
ride.
actually
Yeah.
dope. Yeah. But and then I got to the studio and put like the rest of it on. I turned it off. B was here.
You ever think maybe it's just the speakers here are better, so you're really hearing what was going on? Does it really sound like he was on a different beat to me? I'm glad y'all liked it though. I hope more people liked it because you never want to see an artist that's loved go out on a sour note with a posthumous album that's not great.
I didn't think it was that bad. I definitely didn't think it was that bad.
I definitely felt that it shouldn't have been this long. And I think after my first listen, that was my first take. I'm like, okay.
What was it, 55 minutes or something like that?
56 minutes, 20 songs. I was just like,
Well, they got a deluxe coming too.
do that?
They already announced the shit.
Really?
So deluxe,
Wow.
a deluxe. Like how you have a deluxe
To this?
See, this that type of shit that makes you look like, all right, bro. Like,
Y'all doing too much.
Y'all doing
Yeah.
too much.
Yeah.
You're trying to get money off this. I mean, I understand if you want to feed his family and all that.
Right,
That's
right.
understandable. But
Like, and that's why I asked at first, like all of these features, number one, and then number two, damn, a deluxe. So like, who else you gonna add?
everybody, shit.
Like you
Lauryn
already got
Hill?
half of hip hop on this shit.
This fool said Lauryn Hill. This fool said Lauryn Hill.
You know what I'm saying? Al Green. Shit. They should have fined Kanye too. Because I hope he didn't get paid for that verse.
Oh,
I really hope. Why not? This is what Donald Trump does to rappers, bro. Make them show up with some
Donald Trump
bullshit.
Because when I heard, I was like, man, that cannot be who I think it is.
I know that ain't what I think it is.
That shit was so disrespectful.
Man, I was like,
we got a bullshit Kanye verse and a lackluster Pusha
Pusha T,
verse.
two
on the
verses.
same song. I was like,
Yeah.
bro, what are y'all doing? Who in the hell is Ross Swish? That motherfucker's dope.
I don't know.
That song,
Never
when
heard
they were, I'm assuming they must have recorded that when he was still alive.
Sound like it.
Because that way they were trading off bars.
Yeah, see,
Man.
stuff like that made me feel like it was,
But
of
like I
course,
said, back it's the earlier point. It's the earlier point of the
But it was another one too. I
Where they were trading verses?
Busy Banks.
Yeah.
Oh, Busy Banks.
Yeah. I
30.
thought it was nice too. I thought the exchange was nice as well.
I don't know, man. This motherfucker said I pull up to houses and baby showers. I was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like really?
But he had a verse that I kind of cringed at though. He was like, "Send me the Addy and to get you shot."
Yep.
And I was just, that's what happened to Pop Smoke.
oh.
So I was just like, "Fuck, that passed the thing."
Yeah.
I was like, "What the?"
Yeah.
They might. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe they recorded that while he was still alive, and
they
they
would,
didn't.
yeah.
They didn't think it was disrespectful at the time. But I get you. Damn, he ruining the song for me.
That
that was my favorite.
It ruined for me too because it was like one of my favorite songs. But I can't help but hear that every time I listen to the song, that track.
Man, that's
That ain't good.
yeah.
Because that is what happened to him, right? I was trying to remember. Yeah.
That's
what I thought.
exactly what happened to him.
Yeah.
There
But he was nice though. He was nice.
There goes that song.
Right.
Cuddy sounded good on 8 Ball.
Mm-hmm.
Because stop it. You didn't think Cuddy sounded good?
No.
I thought Cuddy flowed.
I liked Cuddy on that.
I thought Cuddy flowed, man. Because I was like, Cuddy's on this? That's weird. And I heard the beat and I was
That
like,
makes
ew.
sense. No, Cuddy and Pop Smoke make sense. Like that, Cuddy humming and then.
But he
and
wasn't
then
humming, he was rapping this time.
Typical Cuddy makes sense with a Pop Smoke. I think that actually sounds good, personally.
I think the tonality of their
Yeah.
voices
Yeah.
more than.
Yeah, for sure.
I think if Pop Smoke was still alive, he's not trying to have Cuddy humming.
I don't think so either. But
Yeah.
I'm saying the tonality, like Ken's saying, it makes sense for a good track. I think.
But I think a little bit heard like what people like saw and heard in Pop Smoke
Yeah.
on this one. Because I didn't really hear it fully on the last one, but this one I was like, oh yeah, I could kind of see it now.
See, I started hearing it afterwards. Like when we did the review, I didn't really hear it like that. I was like, you know what? I kind of hear something, but then afterwards, I started hearing them everywhere. I was like, oh, I get it. I get it now. I get it now. Yep.
Yeah, no, I got it with this album.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to listen to that last one review because this one I did definitely. I was just like, yeah, this is exactly why they shouldn't make these type of albums like this after artists pass away. I don't remember feeling that way with the last one. I have to listen to it again just to see. But yeah, with this one, I was just like, yeah, this is a no. Yeah, this ain't it.
The only thing that made me feel disjointed was when they was making references to him not being here anymore. Like him,
Like the
saying
interlude with
rest
him
in
talking to him.
peace and
Yeah,
stuff.
all that stuff. Yeah.
That's, other than that, though, I didn't really hear what y'all heard as far as it not sounding like it didn't fit. I didn't hear that like that. Yeah. It sounded like an album. It sounded like an album.
Even towards the end, it still sounded good to you?
But
It didn't sound bad. It didn't sound as good as the first part, but it didn't sound bad to me.
There was one, Genius. That sounded good to you?
Oh yeah, with Sway Lee and Lil. Yeah.
That was clearly
Lil TJ.
Clearly, he was on a completely different beat, and that song with Dua Lipa was cool to you too.
Demeanor.
No,
He
those
sounded
two,
just like 50
those
Cent
two
on
you
that
just
song.
named were the two that I wasn't feeling like.
Spoiled was good to you with that Casio keyboard beat.
Again, it wasn't. He said Casio.
Did it not? I was like, okay, Pharrell sounds cool,
Yeah.
but this beat is awful. When I went and saw that Neptunes did it, I was like, what the hell's going on here?
No, I wasn't crazy about that one either. But those first two you named, I remember really not liking those.
Demeanor. Yeah, he sounded like
Yeah.
50 Cent on his voice. He sounded
Yeah,
just like
yeah.
50 Cent on that song.
Yeah.
I just feel bad that like if I died tomorrow and y'all corny motherfuckers went and took a whole bunch of chopped up extras and just tried to make a video out of it, I'ma haunt the fuck out of you motherfuckers,
I would
man.
surely do that.
You
I would
definitely
absolutely
would.
do that.
You definitely would. You and
I be
Ken,
crying when I'm doing it too. Like, fuck, man.
nah. B, don't let them do that shit to me.
I'm gonna be like Roger from Night Demons. You ain't gonna get me.
That's how I felt. I was like, man, I would not want my legacy to be this. Like,
Right.
y'all just went and took my vocals
Yeah.
and doing on some shit and just like, all right, this is good enough.
Was that his mom in the beginning?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was fine, man. I
Well,
really
good.
thought
I'm
this
glad.
was fine, man.
I'm glad.
I didn't think this was bad.
I think if they would have cut like 6 joints, this would have been way better.
Shit, man. You got another 20 coming, bro.
You're right.
Get ready.
That deluxe hitting, boy.
Better get ready.
Better be ready.
That shit about to be 40 some tracks.
That's
Watch.
gonna be tight.
Like the things that stood out to me was like just that Pop Smoke. Like there was, I would say maybe like a handful of songs, maybe 3 or 4 that just felt like Pop Smoke made it while he was like in his prime, and they saved those for here. And that was the biggest standout. Everything else was just like, okay, cool album, you know, but nothing else really stood out for me like that.
I echo those sentiments, man. I think just listening to this, man, I felt like I think I finally heard it. I didn't hear it at first, and I think if he had a chance to really get in the studio and work on his creativity, his vision, that he really could have turned into a star, especially with his voice. And I think he has a unique approach to it that made him a little bit different with this whole Wu thing. So he had a way about branding himself and his style of music in a way that I think would appeal to a lot of people. And I didn't hear it the first couple of times, but on this one, I was like, okay, if he had a shot, I think he could have went somewhere.
I definitely commend him on that style, man, because I haven't heard anybody do that. Like, I think that's super dope.
Yeah.
And now I'm hearing people kind of bite it. You know what I'm saying? That
Really?
style, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, so favorite tracks for me, give me More Time, give me Manslaughter, give me About a Million, give me give me Brush 'Em 30, give me What's Cracking.
Favorite tracks. My favorite tracks are Manslaughter, About a Million, More Time, Brush 'Em, Television.
More Time, Manslaughter, and Brush 'Em.
Manslaughter, Brush 'Em, What's Cracking, 8 Ball.
An enjoyable listen. Like I said at the beginning, the uniqueness of Pop Smoke was the main highlight here for me. I think that they did a better job than the first one that we reviewed in terms of posthumous album. I feel like it could have just been shorter. I don't think 20 tracks, especially with as many features, I feel like it just elongated the project for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like it didn't need to be that long. But overall, I enjoyed it though. I didn't even know we had an album coming, and I didn't think we were actually going to end up doing another album, but I'm actually glad that we did, because it gave me a different outlook on what people were saying about Pop Smoke that I didn't get the first go around. I don't know how much more music he has recorded, and I did enjoy what I heard here. Stretching into a third one, maybe pushing it a little bit much, considering the way the second half went. If you could do it in a way to where it sounds a little bit more like the first half, I think I would be okay with it, but I think I'm good here with what I heard, and that's it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, this is, I'm just gonna tuck this away and just still go back to Meet the Woo 1 and Part 2 when it comes to Pop Smoke. I have to listen to the last one we reviewed, the Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, just to see if I had the same feeling I have with this one. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, this is just the reason why I've never been hype on posthumous albums.
I can't say this was an enjoyable listen. Like B, I'm just gonna go back to the Meet the Woo series because I feel like that was Pop Smoke at what he wanted to do and what he was trying to do. This one, I kind of feel like it's crossing the line between paying homage and then cash grab. Some of this felt like, either way, I kind of hope that maybe this would be the last of it. I hope this doesn't turn into like a Tupac situation where 5 years from now we're still getting fucking Tupac verses, because some of these did sound like demo verses, and there might be reasons why Pop Smoke didn't put these demo verses on an album. And I know there's definitely reasons why Tupac didn't put some of them songs on actual albums, but motherfuckers just released them anyway. But yeah, all I can say is rest in peace, Pop Smoke.